Hello juniors, and welcome back to Computer Systems and Programming, Release 3. So for this release, which is due 11/26 or November 26th, which is a Tuesday, so plan your schedules accordingly, is variables, mathematical operators, comparison operators, and logical operators. And for each of these things, you're going to have to do the practice portion, which will be in the video, and then the drill and debug assignments. So for each of those things, you'll have a video. So in addition to the videos you normally watch, you'll have 4 new videos: the variables, mathematical, comparison, and logical operators. Each of these videos will go through how to use each of these things in Python and what the syntax is, and it will go through how to do the drills and debug. The next thing I want to talk about is the cheat sheet. I just want to kind of throw this in there to remind you it's not graded, but I think it's a great opportunity during those videos that you can write down things that you might forget later. Because it's so easy to forget, oh, does the comma go here or there, or does the equal sign go before this or after it? So it's easy just to write it down once, and then you'll always have one correct model that you can always go back to look at. So let's take a look at Canvas. So there's a lot happening in this release. We have the start here, which is the video you're watching currently, as well as there will be the 4 other videos you have to watch. This is the presentation I was just on. But you'll have 4 sections basically: the variables, mathematical operations, comparison operators, and logical operators. So in each one, there'll be the activity prompt, which is the actual assignment for the drills, and then the activity prompt for the debug drills. And then the .py for those will be below each one. So you basically have 2 assignments for each one of these. It's the drills, then debug, then you go to the next section, drills, then debug, then you go to the next section, drills, then debug, and then you go to the final section, drills, then debug. And all of the videos will be contained in this one thing. So you can go through, watch all the videos, take all the notes you need, and then you can go through each one and complete the drills and debug. The drills aren't super long, so it shouldn't take you a horrible amount of time. That's why this is all in one release. But you do have to go through and make sure you hit every assignment. A good way to do this is to check in your gradebook, and you can see which assignments you submitted and which ones you did not. So, are there any questions?
When we complete our drills and debug, do we put those on GitHub or do we put them on Canvas?
Yep. So like we talked about at fall cohort, you will be uploading them through the GitHub desktop app up to GitHub as a repository, because remember, you're changing from a project folder to a repository. Then you'll submit the link to that repository onto into the different assignments. So the link for the variables drills and the variable debug drills will both be the same. It'll just link to that one repository. So essentially you're submitting something twice, but it's just so that we can have those separate assignments and grade them separately.
If I'm doing the drills and I feel like I'm not getting it and I kind of want to use my drills partially as my cheat sheet, would I get downgraded if I just added more drills that I came up with?
No. So you can add anything you want to these files. Just make sure that the main portion of it is done and that I can go through and grade it. So like, don't delete the numbers for the tasks and don't delete the tasks themselves. I just want to be able to go through and run the program myself and say, oh yes, this works.
Last question. What do you think it makes more sense for me to do, like one of those sections per day kind of thing, or should I try to do all of them at once? Like, which would be more helpful for me?
So it really depends on how much time you have. I would suggest going section by section. Don't do the drills for one and then go to the next drill. Do the drill, then debug, then go to the next section, because each of them build on each other to kind of, so you need that base understanding. If you want to take a day in between, it might be good because it'll let the information kind of sink into your head, and then you can come back to it and kind of, it's like a study tip. You'll come back to it the next day and study it again. but it's completely up to you. If you just want to cram it out for like a couple hours and get them all done, that's totally fine to me. But it also might be tiring to do that for so long. All right, juniors, I will see you later.